So I just got the Sega CD, right? And the Sega CD does not have copy protection. So I guess the idea was back in 1992 when the Sega CD came out, the equipment needed to burn a CD was very, very expensive, well beyond what a typical person could afford, a consumer. So they didn't feel the need to put any type of copy protection in the Sega CD. So you know what that means? It's very easy to burn your own Sega CD games and just play a burned disc in your Sega CD. So guess what? That's what I did. I created my own Sega CD reproductions. And I'm going to show them to you. That includes, well, I wish I could create my own manuals, but I printed out my own cover art and created my own DVD cases. So I'm going to show them. I'm just going to show off my homemade Sega CD reproductions. I downloaded the cover art from a website called The Cover Project, where they have cover art already formatted for printing out and used in DVD cases. So here's what they look like. Here's my Sonic CD. It's in a DVD case. It has front and back cover art. I have printable inkjet printable CDs. I didn't do one for Sonic yet, so Sonic's on a standard CDR, but most of these other games I have on printable CDs with their CD art. So that was Sonic CD. Here's Dragon's Lair. Front and back. Here's the disc art for Dragon's Lair. I used a printable CD, and I've got a printer that can print onto these printable CDs. So it's not as good as like the real thing. Cover Project is dope. The guy who runs that also sells reproduction game cases that I get. Oh, is that right? I'd like to see some of yours reproduction cases. Sewer Shark. Now, Sewer Shark is not a reproduction. The cover is, but Sewer Shark is one game that I have an actual CD of and manual. There we go. So I have the real CD and manual, so it's much shinier than my reproduction CDs. But the cover is reproduced. Okay, Sewer Shark. This next one is Earthworm Jim. The Sega CD version of Earthworm Jim is the special edition. There's actual additional levels and the music, and it's like an upgraded port from the Genesis version. So I actually tested this out and was really surprised by how different the first level ended up being. Anyway, there's the front and back cover for Earthworm Jim special edition and the disc. Oops. Earthworm Jim. Okay. Star Wars Rebel Assault on Sega CD. I got more. A few more. Monkey Island for Sega CD. So that was a game. PC game ported over to Sega CD. Lunar, the Silver Star, an RPG for Sega CD. Supposed to be real good. I've never played it. Monkey Island is great. Snatcher. So Snatcher is one of those hidden gem type games on the Sega CD. It's made by the guy who does Metal Gear Solid. So that's a game I'm looking forward to trying out. Dracula Unleashed. This was a launch game on the Sega CD, and this is a game that we owned as a family back when the Sega CD was new in 1993. I remember being somewhat fascinated by this. This is one of those FMV games with real motion video. And guess what? It's a 2-disc game on the Sega CD, and I happen to have a 2-disc DVD case that was perfect for it. So that's cool. And the last of my reproduction cases, but I have more to show after this. But Night Trap. The infamous Night Trap for the Sega CD. Of course I had to grab this one. The reason why the game's rating board was created was for Night Trap. And this is also a 2-disc game. So I got 2 discs for Night Trap. Snatcher is good. I really want to play Snatcher. Okay, so that's 10 games that I created reproduction cases for. But I wanted more than 10 games, but I didn't want to create so many because of space concerns in my room. I'm filling up with space. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of Sega CD cases. So I created paper envelope versions of the cases for some other games. So here's what the paper envelope versions turned out. So I printed these out on cardstock, so they're a little bit thick. But they're just envelopes, basically envelopes. Front and back cover art. This game is called The Adventures of Billy Beamish. I guess it's some kind of point-and-click adventure game. And the CD just comes out. I didn't bother doing the inkjet printable on these. I just did regular CDRs with a pen. But anyway, there's that. Got Mortal Kombat for Sega CD. Oh, there's the back. Sylphseed. Supposed to be a really cool shooter. You like the envelope versions? Yeah, the envelope version. Road Avenger. Yeah, because I can put these in a box. They'll take up a lot less space. Pop Full Mail. Another Sega CD. I think this is an RPG or something. Or a 2D adventure game. Some kind of game. It got good. It was like a on everyone's list of top Sega CD games, Pop Full Mail, so I grabbed that too. Yeah, envelope version. There's like 7 or 8 more of those envelopes I'm going to create. I just haven't made them yet, but there's a few more games I'm going to grab for the Sega CD. Just burn the discs. Anyway, yeah, those are my Sega CD reproductions. I hope you enjoyed seeing